Hello, everybody. How are you? It's a
Hello, guys.
beautiful day. Yes, it's a beautiful day. If you can hear me out there, please type I can hear you in the comment section. It's a great day. Some beautiful affirmations, some positive affirmations is what you should always start your day with. Be grateful for the gift of life. Thank you. I can see people joining. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching. Right now, we're global, so we're happy. We're influencing and impacting lives all over the world. Thank God for the internet. Albert Einstein said, in the middle of every difficulty lies an opportunity. The pandemic has gradually created that shift from brick and mortar to click and order. Thank you, internet. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Morale Booster with John Ughulu. And the Morale Booster is a platform for entrepreneurs, career professionals, leaders, and the general public to give back to the society through coaching and mentoring. Experience, they say, is the best teacher. Now, this program is sponsored by Main Seed Consulting Group LLC, the organizers of the Main Seed Mastermind Speak to Impact Summit. So if you would like to make inquiries about advertising and sponsorships, please send us an email. Our email address will be displayed on the screen for you. If there's anybody there who can hear me, please type I can hear you. I just want to be sure we're not speaking to ourselves. But anyway, I am used to talking to myself. All right. So before I introduce our guest for today, I want you to please like and share this broadcast. Like and share this broadcast because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. Like and share this broadcast. I will do the same thing from my end. Like and share the broadcast. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our guest for today, all the way from Europe, all the way from Belgium. Her name is Krystle Idago. Krystle is a young, driven entrepreneur, investor, owner of Charis Enterprise Belgium, and a recognized international speaker, builder, coordinator of Fist Jewels, Europe and Asia. You can see who we're talking about, who we're dealing with today. She's a woman of substance, a powerful lady. She is a recipient of John Maxwell Trainer Coach certification, and she's also a certified Les Brown speaker and trainer. She's also a success advisor at Success Academy of Silvia Gupta. She is a strong advocate of a mission to create jobs and to empower the young women and the young generation in general in a more humane, inclusive, hands-on ethical approach for better living and improved lifestyle. You can imagine from a young age, Krystle wasn't envisioning a future of entrepreneurial success, but her husband, Jon Idago, a strong-willed Catholic, a Christian preacher, paved their way for business and its functionalities by creating jobs. As a young mother of three at age 37, Krystle balances her time between business and being a good, caring mother. Despite her busy schedule, she knows that family life is always a priority above all else. Now they have more than 150 employees with different nationalities. That is greatness. That is what we're talking about. A message of importance of having a vision to motivate young women to help shape and adapt a more responsible yet flexible mindset and be financially independent echoes so loud and clear in all her messages and speeches in every given opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want to welcome to the stage, and I want you to join me as I welcome Krystle Idago all the way from Belgium. Krystle, thank you so much for joining me on the program.
Hi, John. Thank you very much for inviting me in your show. I really appreciate it.
My
it
pleasure. My pleasure. You have such a great resume. You know,
oh, thank
I,
you.
I have so much love, and I like to see and meet people who think about others in whatever they do. And that's what you're doing. You have over 150 employees in Europe and Asia. That is greatness.
Yes.
And I must tell you, you've got greatness in you.
We all have greatness in us. Just like our mentor Les Brown says, we all have greatness in each and every one of us. And we need to spread that to other people who do not know how great they are. And we need to stand for them and hold them by their hands.
Right, right. That's a great one. I love that. Now, you see, you were lucky enough to have a husband who was like the visionary,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, I
Keeping
am.
up with that vision of getting into business. Now, there's so many people out there who would like to get into business, but they don't even have people who can support them, who can give them that drive. What's your advice for such people?
Wow, that's a very good one. You know, um, my advice to them is if they have this dream, because we are all created with a purpose. I struggled with that for so long. I thought, I don't know what my purpose is, but actually, my purpose is my passion, and it's
Right,
what I really want to do. And each of us has a purpose. And if they know deep in their heart what they really want, what they just have to act. They don't need to be scared, even if they don't know how or they don't have the money, but they just need to decide on themselves what they want to do. They just have to do it, and everything will come into place for them. And it,
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
especially, yes, it's especially if they're giving value to others, definitely everything will be in place.
Right. I love what you said about making a decision, an informed decision. Everything starts with that decision, right? We were
Yeah.
created with the willpower. The willpower is innate. We
Yeah,
can do whatever our mind can imagine.
indeed.
But that decision making process is very, very important. So, when your husband, first of all, told you about getting into your business, your cleaning business,
Yes.
what were your limiting beliefs?
Well, honestly, it started like this. Our parents are overseas foreign workers. Most Filipinos are. They leave the Philippines to work abroad, leave the children behind to the aunts, to the uncles, the grandparents most of the time. And we were that kids who were left behind by our
Oh,
parents.
okay.
We were separated from our parents for 7 years.
Whoa.
So it was a long time. And at the time when we arrived here, we were almost teenagers. So we didn't know our parents.
Oh,
That's why it was a very big gap. We don't know them. It's getting to know stage. But at the same time, we were in our teenage years. So the very rebellious teenage years. I don't know if you remember that, John.
right,
And
right.
we were we felt deep in our hearts that we wanted to be there for our children. So when my husband told me we need to have a business because we both of us wanted to be there for our children when they need us, when we need to accompany them in their school trips or things like that.
Right.
We wanted to be there, and I just said yes, I'm there with you because it's essential to be part of the growing up stage of our children.
Yes.
So that's why, yeah, I didn't know I didn't know how, but I just said yes, and everything went into place. I was calling here and there. We didn't know an accountant. We didn't know the people who will take care of the salary of our workers, but everything came into place when the time was right. So yeah, it's like that. When you decide and when you say yes, everything falls into place.
That's true. I like that. Decision, making the decision. And you had limiting beliefs as well.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah, but you were able to rise above them. So there shouldn't be any excuse for somebody who is not on, permanently on a hospital bed. There shouldn't be any excuse, right? You were able to get started, you were able to rise above it. So can you please tell us a little about your business? Because I know there's so many people out there who might be interested in getting into it. I've had friends who wanted to start the cleaning business, but they didn't start it because they had certain drawbacks.
Yes.
They didn't have the organizational structure. But you talked about starting first and later on things started working out. So tell us a little about how, the business.
Well, our business is a cleaning business.
Okay.
Here in Brussels for the houses, for private houses, for homes, for families. And we had one person in the beginning. We didn't know many people. We just knew we had to start with something, and we took one person, our employee for the office.
Right.
And it was just, and that employee knew somebody, so she was cleaning at that time. So, and we engaged her as an employee. So she gave her clients to another person, and that started it. And we really didn't know how it works. So I was calling the national office for employment. I was calling our accountant. If you do not know any accountant, you can go to the Chamber of Commerce near you. So you can ask you can ask them any question, which accountant can help you start up your business, draft the business plan. If you do not know how to make a business plan, well, YouTube also is there for us now,
Right.
which makes it a lot easier. But we really, step by step, we called a notary, a lawyer to start up with our business. But now, yeah, but most of the time, an accountant knows everyone who can help you. So if you just contact an accountant, then it will fall into place, and I'm sure it will be easier for those who would like to start. I think the best person to call first is an accountant.
Okay.
Yes, and so yeah, that's it. When one person came, another brought his friend, another brought his brother, and then a sister. So we grew that way, word of the mouth.
All right. Word of mouth. Okay, that's great. That's awesome. I know
When you
it's
put,
yeah, go ahead.
sorry, when you put value in people, because we really treat our people like our parents. We saw our parents in them. That's why we created this company, because we wanted to give honor to our parents, to give higher value to those who are cleaning. Because sometimes most of them who are cleaning, they say, oh, I'm just a cleaner. Even though if they are a lawyer or engineer or even dentist from the Philippines, but when they come abroad, they're cleaners, most definitely.
Right.
So then the self-esteem goes down. And then, yeah, and when in the beginning, my husband was gathering everyone every Friday. We will have dinners. And then my husband will do a short speech on motivation, on personal motivation, and it helped. It really helped. If you give value, and then people will come, and people will appreciate what you give them, and then they want to stay.
Right. That's great. Thank you so much for telling us that. You know, when you add value, the
Yes.
money will definitely come. The appreciation will certainly come. So whatever we do, we must seek first to add value, to be of
Mhm.
value. I love
Indeed.
that. Thank you so much. So for how many years have you been in the cleaning business?
Well, we started in 2012, John, so it's
Whoa,
9 years. Yes.
whoa, whoa,
Yes.
whoa, whoa. Wow,
I
that's great.
remember. Yes. My children grew up in the office. I My children were newly born. I would go there every day because we didn't have a lot of employees yet. So
Right.
I would come there and help them, and my we would have a small bed beside my desk. And people would come, and clients would come, and they will be surprised. Oh, there's a baby beside you. But yeah, that's how we started, and it's an amazing feeling, amazing memory.
Right, right, right. I like that. Now that brings, that has really brought up some childhood memories of me as well.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, my mom, okay, my parents had a hotel,
Oh,
right? Yeah. So, and in the hotel business, they always wanted to be there, right? So when they pick us from school, because we were in a private school, so when they pick us from school, they will take us there. They had a room for us there to stay. That was where we would have our, do our homework,
oh
you
yeah.
know, take our naps and all that before going home later. It's all about the struggle. Do whatever makes it work.
Yes.
Whatever makes it work. Am I right?
It's true, but it's only the first couple of years actually that you need to really sow the seeds, and after a couple of years, 3, 5 years, everything we were able to get another employee to add another one and another one. So we have four of them, four employees for the 150 people working, the cleaning people. So yeah, it's easier on us now, and the children will remember, will go to the office. Oh, I want to go with you again, I want to spend time with you in the office, because yeah, they have nice feeling.
Right, right. That's true. Thank you so much for that. So now
Yeah.
with the pandemic,
Yes.
things have actually changed. It has affected so many businesses. So how did the pandemic impact your cleaning business?
Well, it impacted us a lot because we had to close for 2 months in the beginning of pandemic. Nobody knew what's going on, what's going to happen. Everybody's afraid to go out.
Right.
Had to completely close our business.
Oh,
But then, yeah, when Belgium reopened the businesses, we were able to go slowly, to continue our business again. People were very afraid to go back to work, but we just motivated them. We just told them, you need to think positively. Because if you think that you'll get sick, then you will get sick. If you think that something will happen to you, then something will happen to you. But we are thankful that uh, all throughout this pandemic, we have had, in 150 people, I think 4 people got sick
okay.
only, and they are all doing very well now. So yeah, right, thinking positive attitude towards what's happening in the world. Unfortunately, it's the reality that we are living right now, but
Right.
positive attitude, positive thinking really helps a lot. Because I remember when Les Brown, I don't know if you heard that, when he said this is a pandemic, not a pandemic.
Oh, yes.
That
Yeah.
really made me laugh, because yeah, we thought at that time it's a pandemic. Yeah, something's some people behind this are doing that. Yeah, but now we see so many people are dying,
Right.
and we are so we're if we're just going to focus on the negative, then yeah, it will
Yeah.
not help. But so many people have also thrived during this pandemic. So yeah, we need to focus on the
On the
positive
good things.
one,
Yes.
on the good things, on people who are thriving instead of people that are suffering. Yes, we need to help them. We need to have heart for them. We need to pray for them. But I think it's most important that we need to focus on the positive and what could happen next to thrive and help other people, most especially
Right.
be able to help them instead of being the one being helped, I think.
Right. Right. That's true. I like that. Because like what you said about our communication mentor, at least we have the same
Yeah.
communication mentor, Les Brown. He said it's a pandemic, right?
Yes.
Albert Einstein said, in the middle of every difficulty lies an opportunity, right? So, this is not a time for us to just start complaining, but instead, we should be looking for a solution. That's why Les Brown always says, if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. So, it's easy to complain, it's easy to put the blame on other people. It's easy to talk yourself out of achieving your goals, but it's difficult to face your goals. It's difficult to tell yourself that this pandemic will not stop me. Am I right?
Yeah, it's true indeed. And I remember something I read when we allow our worry to rule our minds,
Yes.
that simply means that we forget about God's generosity.
Right.
And it's true, isn't it? we
It's
need
true.
to, we need to think that we have a greater God in spite of what's happening. So we don't need to worry. It's normal to be sad, to feel for those who have lost their lives, to have lost their jobs, but we need to stand up again and hold each other and help each other, most especially.
That is true. We need to stand up for each other.
Yes.
Yes. So, do you have, okay, I know you are not a therapist, right? I always like to ask my guests this question. What's your advice for those people who have lost their jobs and those people who, um, okay, let's start with those who have lost their jobs. What's your advice to them?
Well, my advice to them, well, I have been there. Do you remember the 2009 2010 financial
Yes.
difficulty that we had? I was affected with that because my company at that time shut down.
Oh,
So they let go of 350 people working in the company.
wow.
Everybody, all of us were lost. We lost our job, and they moved to a country where it will cost them less because they have financial difficulty, of course.
Mm.
And at that time, I had two small babies, 1 year old, and I just gave birth. And at that time, I was thankful actually
Wow.
of what happened because I was able to take care of my children. So maybe if we think of the positive of what is happening instead of, like I said earlier, to focus on the negative,
Right.
our minds will shift. And if our mind shift, if we focus on gratitude, then things will get better and you will think of something else, and your your energy will be boosted. You will have more energy to do something else, to do what you really love, because most of us, 90% of people that I know, work and for work in the jobs that they don't really love.
Yes.
And it's probably the time, if you have lost the job that you don't really love, you have lost that, yes, it's an income, a sure income, but it's a time for you to step up and do your passion, to be your own boss and
Right.
give work to, and give work to other people, give opportunities to other people. And that's what we did actually at that time of the financial crisis. That's when my husband told me, wow, and we cannot depend on jobs.
Right.
So that's why when he said we need to have our own business, so that if there's a financial difficulty, we will be able to stand and plan and know what path we're going to take. And I'm encouraging our viewers to think about that. Maybe it's time for them to really pursue their passion, where
Right.
they can do do the things that they really love.
That's true. That's true. You said something that resonates with me. You said it's time. It's their time to get out of employment and become deployed to their journey, to their work. I always tell people there's a difference between a job and a work. Your job is what you are paid to do, and your work is what you are created to do. So if anybody has been dropped or fired from a job, do not see that as the end of the world. Just see it as an opportunity for you to step into your greatness, for you to start something that you are passionate about. Am I right?
Indeed,
Yes.
you are.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. So, what about for those who have lost loved ones? I know you're not a therapist, you're not a counselor,
No.
you
But
know.
you know what? I lost a dear friend this
Oh,
weekend.
oh,
She's we were in school since the second grade, and during the pandemic, she together with other friends, other classmates, created this Facebook group chat. So we found all those um, childhood classmates from elementary to even high school, and there are so many of us. And she died last week due to COVID.
oh. So sorry about that.
Thank you.
May her soul rest in peace. Amen.
Yes, amen. She And the thing is, we often say we're going to meet each other, but I have been away from the Philippines for 27 years.
Wow.
Yes, and each time we chat, each time we speak, it's like the same. It's it's like we were still in elementary, where we were
Right.
talk about silly things or crushes and stuff like that. And I would like to advise our viewers, for those who have lost their loved ones during this pandemic or through COVID or through something else, that instead of being guilty of what you were not able to do with them or not able to say, maybe remember the the happy moments that you have shared, instead
Right.
being guilty, being angry. I know there are so many people who have wasted time not speaking to their parents, not speaking to their friend for so long, and being angry for so long. But instead of that, forgive yourself, most
Right.
especially,
Right.
because that person is now free from from the COVID, from the illness that he or she may be suffering. So
Absolutely.
she's in a better place now, or he is in a better place now. What we need to pray for is for those family members that are left behind. Like my friend, she left two young kids of 3 and 1.
Oh,
So it's really unfortunate. But
wow.
I know that her husband will take good care of their children, but I am going to pray for them and remember her victories, because she had kidney donation. She had an operation. She had to go through kidney transplant.
Okay.
She was victorious for 5, and she was able to conceive 2 beautiful children. And I think it's better for me to remember her goodness, her smile, her being proud to be a mom for those. And I know it's difficult,
Right. It could be
and
difficult at times,
it's
but
very,
yeah, it could be difficult. But in life, things happen to people for a reason. So, oh man, she has young kids.
yes.
Yeah, it shall be well with them. I lost my dad. My dad passed when I was in high school.
Oh, sorry about
I,
that.
I was still at least a bit grown, but
Yes.
still, that hurt us. That broke me. Right? I was
Yes.
broken. I was devastated. But at a point, we felt it was like the end of the world for us. But after some time, we realized that that's what life is all about.
Indeed.
Every human being was conceived in the womb and will one day end up in the tomb. But how we have lived our lives in between is what matters. Just like what Les Brown, our communication mentor, would say, nobody will get out of this life alive.
Indeed.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, so let us just pray for the souls of those loved ones who passed. And I always encourage people to do something to immortalize their names, do something to always remember them. And wherever they are, they will be happy that you do that. They're gone, they're in a better place right now. They are in a better place, a place free of pain, no pains, no hunger, no no struggle, you know.
So
They
COVID.
are, that's it. No COVID. Right. So
Yes.
they're at peace right now with their creators. So thank you so much for those words of encouragement.
Thank
And
you.
there's people out there, so many people out there who feel that life itself is not fair. We know life at times could not be fair. But what's your advice for them to stay encouraged?
Well, what I can tell them is the decision that they make makes an impact each time. So whatever they decide right now, what they decide to think first, if they decide to think negative thoughts, then they will feel negatively, and then their actions will be negative as well. But if they decide to think of positive, focus on the one positive thing that happens to you during the day and be grateful for that, you will feel the emotion will be different. And when you have that positive emotion, that burning desire to help someone, then your actions and your results will be different. So, whatever you may be feeling right now, I encourage you to make a decision of thinking positively, because when you think positively, there's the fear and there's the belief as well.
Right,
And when you believe that everything can happen for you for good,
right.
your life will just turn around. I also used to suffer thinking negatively because, well, pandemic. We can say it's because of the pandemic and things can happen. You can use this excuse, but actually you don't have to, because people are thriving at this time. So why not you? Why can't it be you as well? Because you are also created in God's image and likeness. So many millionaires now didn't finish high school, didn't finish elementary,
Yeah,
even. So why not you? Why only them? So yeah, it's a matter of a decision and believing and having faith. Because if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, like it's taught in the Bible, it will grow. And yeah, what
Right.
what better it is to be able to serve and give value to others. It's so amazing. It's an amazing feeling to be able to help others.
That's true. That's true. That's a great one. Thank you so much for that. Thank you
Pleasure.
so much. And I want you to keep shining your light, keep doing what you're doing, because right now the world needs people like you and I more than ever before. And we thank God for the internet. The internet has now made the world a global village, right? We can do everything from the internet. Like right now, you are in Belgium all the way. I'm in the United States, and we're communicating, and we have people watching us from all over the world. This is the time we need to really be out there giving people some hope. The level of depression has increased. The level of anxiety has increased in the world. The level of domestic violence has increased. The level of hunger has increased. So, right now, we need to be out there as much as possible to give people hope. And I hope you wouldn't stop. I hope you will continue doing what you're doing.
Yes, I know that God has called me to put value to people, to live my purpose. And I love talking. So I'm just going to keep on talking and to shine my light because yeah, it's a wonderful world if we think of it. And I want to show my children and my children's children in the future that life is worth living.
Right, right. Life is worth living. So we
Yeah.
always have to be grateful for the gift of life, because some people went to bed last night having plans for today,
Yeah.
but unfortunately they couldn't see daylight. Some people died in their sleep. Some people died on their way home. Some people died. So we need to be grateful for having that gift of life. Am I right?
Indeed, indeed.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, for those people who are listening via podcast and those listening or watching via YouTube and Facebook, please remember to like and share this broadcast. Like and share the broadcast, because there is somebody out there who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. Like and share. We're not asking you to pay us any money. We just want you to add value to some other person's life. If it doesn't resonate with you, there's somebody you know on your contact list that this message will resonate with. All right, like and share. Thank you so much. And before we go, I want to let everybody who's watching this program know that Main Seed Consulting Group is organizing a summit. It's titled Speak to Impact, for those people who would love to become motivational speakers, for those people who would love to become trainers. It's an opportunity for you to, build up your skills. It's an opportunity for you to refine your speaking skills. So if you would love to become a speaker, please reach out to me and I will give you the contact information. I'm going to put it on the comment section. It's www.mainseedevents.com. You can go there, register to attend as a guest, or if you want to sponsor the program, if you are a business owner who would love to sponsor the program, you can register via that link. All right. So thank you so much for listening. Like and share. Krystle, you want to tell us how people can reach out to you?
Well, they can reach out to me in Facebook or Instagram, Krystle Aquino-Idago, and I will be there for them.
Okay. And what's your website?
It's limitlesspersonaldevelopment.com.
limitlesspersonaldevelopment.com. Yes, that's it. Is that the website?
Yes.
So you can contact Krystle via her website, send her an email. What social media platforms are you active on?
I am active in Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram. All right. So guys, feel free to reach out to her. For those of you who would like to get into the cleaning industry, I know it doesn't really cost so much to start it. And with such a business, you can impact so many lives. You can create employment. You know, a business that doesn't cost you that much, you can create employment for thousands of people. All right. So you can reach out to Krystle, send her a message, and she will be able to put you through. Okay. Is that right, Krystle?
Yes, that's correct. I'll be
Awesome.
there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the program. Like and share. And remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Thank you all.
Thank
Krystle,
you.
it was nice talking to you.
Thank you
Bye-bye,
very
everybody.
much. Bye.